welcome back to my channel. I'm Evelyn Linwood, a fantasy author. Excuse the frog in my throat. I have pneumonia. So, the list of consecutive illnesses keeps growing. Anyway, this video originally was intended as like a writing experiment video, and I was going to start doing a 4-day work week, which I'm still intending to do a 4-day work week, but I haven't had a chance to implement that yet because I'm not working very much because I'm very sick. I wanted to get this video out of my head before it gets stale. Like it's been cooking in my brain. So because I wasn't able to implement that, I'm going to share with you the challenge I intend to do for the remainder of the year, which I haven't actually started working on, but I will share with you the rules that I'm going to be running with. So I'm going to be joining in on the 185 Insane, which I believe originally, it was inspired by the 75 Hard, which started in the fitness world, and then somebody made the 75 Hard for authors. I think it was Kate something. And then the 185 Insane, which I can't remember who started it, but they were inspired by that. So the 185 Insane is basically you stick to a list of kind of daily things, and then at the end of the year, in theory, you've gotten a lot done. So the 185 Insane, I will share the original rules, and then I'll also share the version that I'm going to do. So in the original, you write 1,000 words a day more than the current goal, like more than what you're currently doing. Of course, you take breaks and build in easy days. The 185 Insane, in my opinion, is not actually named that well, only because I think it went off the trend of 185 Hard, but in my opinion, it's actually much more gentle than, it went off the trend of 75 Hard. But in my opinion, it could easily be called 185 Gentle because it's a healthy approach. You know, you build in breaks, you do easy days. It's the kind of challenge where you're not trying to burn yourself out. You're just trying to improve in a healthy way. So the 1,000 words a day more than your current goal. So say you're already averaging 2K words a day, which frankly I'm not, but say you were, then the new goal per writing day is 3,000 words a day. If you were only doing 500 words a day, the goal would be 1,500 words. Now, I don't track words very well. Like, to me, it stresses me out to always need to be aware of word count. So instead of that, I'm going to use my little Forest app, which I believe I've mentioned in previous videos. And I will set a 25-minute tree and do like a sprint at least once per day for my work days. I might grow more than one tree. Great if I do, but I will do it at least once because for me, what's been happening is on a work day, I will either do all social media or all client work, and I'm just not getting as far in my own writing as I want to. So I will do the Forest app, and that will be my version of that. And then in the original, it was complete 3 drafts of a novel and self-publish 2 books or 3 novellas, or if you're trad, query 2 novels or 2 works. My version of that, I'm not going to be tracking drafts. I'm at kind of an awkward stage where that's hard to do. My version will be to complete all major edits of Project Gold and have Project King in beta readers' hands by the end of the year. I do like the original 185 Insane had do one author event or attend one, and I will be sticking to that, do or attend one author event. In the original, it is post 3 pieces of social media content per day. I'm actually finding that social media is taking up far too much of my time. So instead of that, I'm going to say work at using social media more effectively. This will probably involve research. It may involve posting lots and just scheduling, which I schedule sometimes, but not always. So I might do batch posts and see if that works better for me. But I will be working at using it more effectively, engaging more with followers without spending all my time there. So we'll see how that works out. And then in the original, it is pick off days, schedule them, and honor them, build in necessary sick days. My version of that will be implementing my 4-day work week, where I will work 8 to 10 hours per day for the 4-day work weeks, and then work extra hours on days off for events and goals as needed, but still respect them when I don't have something like that going on. And then Sunday will always be a permanent day off. I already have my Sundays off. I'm pretty careful about that, honestly, because a combination of for my faith and because honestly it's just so much healthier to have one day off a week where it's just off, even though I don't actually like days off. I don't know, unless they coincide with my husband's day off and then we're just off doing things. But I tend to get that little itch in the back of my mind where I'm like, but what if I was working though? And then, okay, so in the original it said make new author friends. I will be keeping that. It has 5,000 steps a day, which I do think is very healthy, very wholesome. I am currently dealing with a knee injury, so instead of that 5 steps a day, I will be having home PT 4 days a week, at least 4 days. Hopefully I'll hit it more than that, but as long as I have those 4 days locked in, I think I'll be doing pretty good. And then 5 bottles of water a day. I very much struggle to drink plain water. I don't know if it's my ADHD. I don't know if it's just water tastes bad to me. I don't like it. Maybe I have rabies. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. So instead of doing the 5 bottles of water a day thing, I will be replacing 1/3 of sugary drinks with water, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I think is sustainable. Ideally, I'll replace more than that, but we'll do 1/3 for now. And then stick to a healthy diet and exercise, have days off as needed, healthy diet, 80% of the time, experiment as needed. My version of that will be to continue to incorporate more vegetables and work to rebuild gut health. I have celiacs and it's really messed me up recently. So I am at a place where I can barely eat vegetables. And I am just working on getting back to my normal, which is eating all of the vegetables. Believe it or not, I love vegetables. Formerly, I have eaten a lot of vegetables. I like to have them around in my diet. So I am working on that. And then both versions, the original and mine, will incorporate the 24-hour novel challenge, which takes place actually this month, the weekend of the 21st. So I will be participating in that. I've done it in previous years. I have not actually successfully done 50,000 words in that 24-hour period, but I still enjoy it. So I'm going to continue with that. And then no social media before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. For me, that won't quite work because sometimes I like to get it out of the way. Like, I don't do it first thing, but when I sit down at my desk, sometimes it's like 7 a.m. So if it's 2 hours later, then it's going to be on my mind, like I'm worried about it. Which, again, maybe that's part of my unhealthy approach to social media, but my version for now will be to eliminate shorts and reels from my life because I know that they affect your attention span. I think I don't watch them that much, but then I find myself, scrolling through and I'm like, when did this start? How long have I been here? And I am time blind on top of that. So I genuinely usually don't know how long I was watching the reels. And both versions, the original and my own, will have 30 minutes of reading per day. I will probably do that on off days too, honestly. I enjoy reading and I want to keep that up, especially as a writer. I want to stay on top of both trends and self-improvement with like craft books, that kind of thing. And the original says stick to a sleep schedule, and I will definitely try to do that. Ideally, I like to go to bed at 10 and get up around 7, which sounds like too much sleep, but isn't, because there's the falling asleep time. But I'm not very good at that. So we'll try it. And in the original, it says, find a hobby that brings you joy and that you don't intend to monetize. I already had one of those, and my goal is just to bring it back. I used to love playing the piano so much, and I haven't played, like really played, in years. And originally I quit because of an injury, but it's been a long time since that hasn't been a factor. So that's mine. I will bring back the piano into my life. I loved it. I played classical piano. I played for like 15 years. And then I just haven't played in the last 5 or so. Maybe more. And then the last little note on the original is adjust rules to fit pain, abilities, and lifestyle. I think I've already done that largely with my rules, but I will also reassess and refine rules leading into quarter 4. So 3 months from now, June, July, August, yeah. No, June. At the end of September, near the end of September, I will go in and assess and kind of reset my rules and make sure that they're still working. If there was something that I was like, oh, that sounded like a good idea at the time, but it really hasn't served me, I'll change it. Maybe I can up the health goals at that point. Hopefully I can. Yeah, but that is my 185 insane or 185 gentle. Not sure what to call it. But I'm really looking forward to this challenge. Again, I think it will add a better balance to my work life because I am finding that there are many days where I don't even touch the writing, and that's the main thing I want to be doing. So, if you've stayed here this long, thank you for watching. I'll put out a writing vlog next week, I hope. I might have to cancel it because of the pneumonia. We'll see. And I'm going to go lie down. Bye.